Ray Bradbury's Dandelion Wine encapsulates the essence of childhood memories in upstate Illinois, weaving together a series of interconnected short stories. Through the lens of nostalgia and the enchantment of summer, the narrative delves into the marvels, escapades, and enigmas of growing up. Serving as the inaugural installment of the Greentown trilogy, alongside Farewell Summer and Something Wicked This Way Comes, this tale of coming-of-age seamlessly blends elements of fantasy, science fiction, horror, and magical realism. Its cinematic adaptations for film, radio, and stage attest to its enduring popularity. Bradbury, a revered figure in literature, has garnered accolades such as the National Book Award for his prolific contributions. His impact extends beyond the page, with his works and their adaptations playing a pivotal role in the proliferation of science fiction and fantasy genres in the United States. Recognized as a grand master by the science fiction and fantasy writers of America, he stands among luminaries like Isaac Asimov, Robert A. Heinlein, Arthur C. Clarke, and Ursula K. Le Guin. Set in Greentown, the story revolves around Douglas Spaulding, eagerly anticipating the onset of summer and the freedoms it brings. At 12 years old, he embarks on a journey of self-discovery during the languid days of vacation. A trip to the countryside with his father and younger brother, Tom, becomes a catalyst for Douglas's profound realization of his own existence. This awakening prompts him to embrace the beauty of everyday life with newfound fervor. In a cherished family tradition, Douglas and Tom gather dandelions from their grandparents' yard, crafting a special concoction with their grandfather. This elixir, bottled with rainwater and infused with the essence of summer, serves as a nostalgic reminder during colder months. Through these rituals and revelations, Dandelion Wine becomes a poignant ode to the fleeting joys of youth and the timeless treasures of family bonds. Now that summer has arrived, Douglas envisions it as the perfect time for donning his tennis shoes, vaulting over fences, and dashing through fields and forests. With determination, he scrimps and saves, undertaking extra chores for the shoe store owner to procure a new pair of swift and bouncy tennis shoes, ideal for his summer escapades. Another summer tradition unfolds as Douglas assists Grandpa in hanging the porch swing, attracting gatherings of people to the porch each evening. One fateful evening, Douglas's friends beckon him on an adventure to the nearby ravine. However, when Douglas fails to return, his mother, worried about the lurking danger of the enigmatic lonely one in town, sets off with Top to search for her eldest son. Amidst the darkness by the ravine, Tom realizes his mother's inability to shield him from all threats. After numerous calls, Douglas finally emerges, somewhat sheepish. The narrative shifts focus to Leo Hoffman, the town jeweler and amateur inventor, consumed by the idea of creating a happiness machine. Pouring weeks of effort into its construction, he succeeds in bringing fleeting joy to its users through music and imagery. However, the machine leaves them with a profound sense of melancholy upon returning to reality. Leo's wife, Lena, expresses her discontent, longing for intangible desires. When the machine erupts in flames, Leo realizes that true happiness lies within his home and family. The story introduces 72-year-old Helen Bentley, who shares a glimpse of her youthful self with Tom and two girls, who find it difficult to believe she was once anything but aged. On another occasion, Charlie leads Douglas and John to the home of old Colonel Freely, regaling the boys with tales of his youthful exploits. For Douglas and John, these stories serve as a passage through time. As summer progresses, Douglas's close friend, John Huff, announces his family's impending move to Wisconsin. The boys savor their final day together, yet Douglas grapples with feelings of betrayal. Despite his attempts to harbor resentment, he acknowledges that his love for John will endure. Following a brief depiction of a rivalry between two women vying for the presidency of the local ladies' organization, the narrative revisits the elderly Colonel Freely, fondly dubbed the Time Machine. His heart becomes overstimulated by the tales of his past, prompting his son to enlist a nurse to monitor him and restrict visits from young boys. Despite this, the colonel persists in contacting old acquaintances in South America, yearning to hear the bustling sounds of distant cities through their open windows. When Douglas and Charlie visit him, they discover his lifeless body, the phone still pressed to his ear. The story then shifts to the perspective of 95-year-old Helen Loomis, who strikes up a conversation with the young local journalist, Bill Forrester, in an ice cream parlor. Their daily rendezvous in her garden evolve into a deep friendship, tinged with a chaste May/December romance. Helen shares tales of her past adventures around the globe, fostering a profound bond between them. Sensing her impending demise, Helen entrusts Bill with a sealed letter, hoping for a reunion in another life, perhaps over ice cream. True to her word, Bill receives the letter 2 days later. On a warm evening, 3 young ladies, Lavinia, Francine, and Helen, venture downtown to catch a movie. In the ravine, they stumble upon the lifeless body of a woman, a victim of the notorious Lonely One, who has claimed 3 lives in as many months. Despite Lavinia's initial sense of safety, she becomes convinced that a man is trailing her on her way home. In a panic, she rushes home, only to confront the Lonely One himself. In a desperate act of self-defense, she manages to subdue him with scissors, bringing an end to his reign of terror. Lastly, Great-Grandma, aged 90, reflects on her life, finding solace in its richness, and peacefully lays herself down to rest in her bed, content with her journey. Despite her family's objections, she reassures them that she has fulfilled her duties, but will remain a guiding presence in their lives. This prompts Douglas to confront the transient nature of both possessions and relationships, recognizing their propensity to deteriorate, depart, or perish. Venturing to the arcade with Tom, they encounter an ancient contraption housing the tarot witch, whose motionless wax hands traverse the cards, dispensing printed fortunes. Douglas concocts a fanciful narrative, envisioning the imprisoned witch as a centuries-old captive within the wax. Determined to liberate her from the oppressive grasp of the arcade owner, Mr. Black, the brothers undertake a daring rescue. Intermittently, a man traverses the town atop a Conestoga wagon laden with assorted trinkets for barter. This enigmatic figure, Mr. Jonas, extends companionship to solitary souls during nocturnal vigils, engaging in heartfelt conversations. A sudden fever incapacitates Douglas, leaving the perplexed doctor at a loss. Exacerbated by scorching temperatures and recent losses, his condition deteriorates until he slips into unconsciousness. Seeking solace in the cool night air, his family relocates him outdoors, where a fortuitous encounter with Mr. Jonas ensues. Offering bottles filled with refreshing air from distant lands, Mr. Jonas administers a miraculous remedy, restoring Douglas to health. Meanwhile, Aunt Rose's well-intentioned efforts to enhance Grandma's culinary creations result in culinary chaos. Grandpa intervenes, dismissing Rose and allowing Douglas to restore the kitchen to its original disarray, thereby revitalizing Grandma's culinary prowess. As summer draws to a close, Douglas and Tom assist Grandpa in preserving the final batch of Dandelion Wine and dismantling the porch swing. They pledge to cherish the memories forged during the season. Although Grandpa acknowledges the inevitability of forgetting, he finds solace in the wine's capacity to preserve their shared experiences, if only for a fleeting moment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.